Alright, we're doing chapter 2. I'm in the dev build. That's right, I figured out how to do it. We're in the dev build of Arcane Engineering, so chapter 2 is way more feasible to do. You can even see updated quest book. This stuff is pulled right off of the GitHub. It's not officially out, so it's kind of like a beta. But look at this, something I noticed. Is also Eternal Stella saws that you can buy. So that's really exciting. And I wanted to start off with that because it's 2 seconds. Okay, it's 2 seconds. Watch this. Boom. Silver coin. Iron ingots. And I'm just showing you guys how to do this because it will be in the next... hold on. How do I saw? Hold on. 2 more seconds. Give me 2 more seconds. Plank. Here we go. Plank. Ingot. Saw, quest book, you submit, achieve. And now we have an infinite saw. So when we put this inside of the deployer, it will never break and we will have infinite kinetic mechanisms, which is amazing. So yeah, there's no more durability on that, and that'll just go until this fills up. Okay, so we did do Magic Chapter 2 on a live stream, and I want to show that off super fast as well, because I'm really proud of it. It's not completely done. We ran into some building snags. This is gonna have to change, but the farms, they're a-spinning, the fluids are fluiding, and then all the way back here is like the mega brewery that has totally stopped. Why have you stopped? Oh, okay, well I can restart this pretty easily by just picking that up. And that should restart the steam engine. Okay, cool. I didn't think that would break. So pretty much this just mixes the smoothie, brings it into the spout, puts it into an infinite loop with the belts and, what are these guys called? Bowls, and mixes everything up. Unfortunately, we ran into an issue where sometimes it will not produce enough of the Mage Bloom fiber. So there's some modifications that need to be made, but I'll be doing that on the super 10-hour-long live stream. Today is all about Chapter 2 tech, and the first thing I want to do is make our lives a lot easier by making a wooden axe. If you don't know, you can right-click the Sky Stone Catalyst with a wooden axe, and it will jump 10 blocks or so, I think, into the air, which should make automating this thing much easier, much simpler, and overall, I don't know, just nice. So we go, whoop. Whoa. What? The space ducks! They've returned from their moon mission! How long have you guys been in here? Quack, 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 quack. Whoa. Really? The whole time? Quack, 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 quack. You almost ate Carl? Which one of you is Carl? Quack, 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 Carl, quack. Hey, Carl. Do you guys need help getting out of here? Or quack, 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 quack. Okay. Yeah. Let's rescue the... Well, why do you sound like dirt? The ducks sound like dirt. All right, but we got to rescue these ducks because all the way back in Above and Beyond, one of the mods, Ina, saved the life of 6 ducks, and it seems like they've returned to us from their moon mission. Apparently, they crash-landed on a little meteorite, and we're stuck in there for the entire playthrough. Well, for now, I'm going to have them protect my storage unit, but we're definitely going to have to make some place for these guys to live until we can send them back to space. So this floating Skystone Catalyst is super magical. If I were to right-click it with the redstone dust, it would create a huge amount of Skystone all around it, and that's eventually what we're going to do, but for now, I just want to mine out the current amount of Skystone that we have in this guy and kind of get this place like filled in and stuff. It's pretty weird that the ducks hollowed out a meteorite to get back to the surface, but you know, space ducks, duck exploration, I'm not really an expert on. Am I getting more Skystone because this thing has luck? Because I have a ton of Skystone right now. Okay, now that the meteorite is cleared and we have our Skystone Catalyst way in the air, let's talk about the rules of this, how it kind of works. And I'm pretty sure this is in the quest book as well. Yeah, so what we're going to be doing is kind of odd. We need to get a deployer to right-click redstone onto this to have drills drill up the Skystone blocks. Those are then going to be deposited into some crushing wheels and, you know, crushed as they do. And then from there, we'll be able to make a super special magical liquid that will help us automate redstone. Somewhere here... I think it's, yeah, we need to make redstone clusters, which you get from volatile skystone solution, or volatile sky solution, and sand. And by the way, quick tip here, you use a redstone seed that may turn into a redstone cluster. The random salvage is the redstone seed, so you can just loop it back through. And the redstone seed is pretty easy. You just make rose quartz. Now, in order to do this thing the way I want to do this thing, I'm pretty sure we're going to need something to the tune of, like, I don't know, 100 drills, which is pretty excessive. But, you know what? I am going for simple efficiency, right? It's the easiest way to get the most amount of stuff. Now, hopefully we have some semblance of enough iron to make 100 drills, because we certainly have the other machines for it. Let's see, you know, we got a drill head. How many drills do we have stored away? 7. That's not a bad start. And our recently smelted copper from the live stream will do us well. So we need, what is that? 600 ingots of iron. Oh, and check this out. We got a crafting upgrade for backpacks from a randomium on the live stream. Look at the simplicity. Look at the ease. Wow, that has already made a ton of these, which is great, because I'm going to turn all of these. I'm pretty sure pretty much every single one of these kinetic mechanisms is going to go into becoming a drill. Hopefully this little machine right here will kind of turn into an automatic log stripper, since we need to strip so many of them. I want it, yeah, that direction. Perfect. So if I were to put just one single log in there, look at that. Oh, that's kind of clever of me. So this is a good little way. Look at me go. I'm so cool. Oh, looks like they added some more curio slots so we could have both our goggles and our lucky hat on, which is great because I kind of need some feathers. This chicken farm has really been blocked up recently. I kind of gotta, like, make it an actual automatic one, don't I? I gotta say, it is pretty exciting to be doing projects that require deployer-based casing creation. Ooh, I love getting into the thick of it. Alrighty, with 1, 2 spare. Oh my god, that was loud. Jeez. Why did it play for every single one we did? Okay. Well, we got all the drills we need. Most likely. I mean, I can't imagine needing more. Okay, I'm pretty sure this thing cannot replace create blocks. So we can do a bit of mocking up, per se. And I'm thinking pretty simply, we're just going to have like a line of chutes on top of it. That seems like a really good way to just, like, you know, this is where the redstone comes from. Or I guess maybe from underneath it, since that should also be simple. I like the height. We'll see. I mean, look, this is something that can always be changed depending on how we wire stuff up, right? But I do like the height. And I just mostly wanted to do, like, a test. You know what actually we should use here? And I almost never use this stuff. This would be a really good time to use some scaffolding, since this is such a vertical build. Okay, so right-click, and I'm going to get off of this thing, and we are just going to see... Oh, that's such a cool effect. Okay. This will give us a pretty good indication of what we've got to do, and that shouldn't have replaced, yeah, that shouldn't have replaced any of the deployer or anything like that. Nice. So, as you're probably suspecting, I'm mostly just thinking of bringing 2, like, sides of drills, okay? I want 2 sides because I think that'll look cooler. It is not necessarily the most efficient thing to do, but the idea of, like, one side and one side, and it's almost like it's crushing down the meteorite. I really like that look, at least in my head. You know, it is occurring to me that I don't necessarily need a line of chutes. I could use the drawer controller and the drawer extenders, but honestly, I like how this looks better. I think this looks better. Yeah, legitimately. So the next thing, of course, is we are going to need the deployer actually to be facing the different way. The shafts need to be facing outwards so that we can pull a rotational force from one way or another. No, not like that. So then we could probably just, yeah, line of chain drives or a belt. I like how chain drives works. We're going to use those. And and then we can just kind of build upwards. Oh, wait, not really. Sweet. So none of the Skystone Catalyst is going to actually, or the Catalyst or whatever is not going to be replacing any of the create blocks. These guys are immune to being replaced. We just have to make sure that the drills that would normally hit from, like, here upwards are 1 block back so they don't break any of the chutes or the chain drives. Otherwise, the name of the game is kind of just placing down a bunch of drills, so I'm going to build up some scaffolding, and why don't we do a Q&A of the day? No doubt, as all of you are very familiar. Q&As of the day are coming in from the Discord, and this is being asked by Sneck47, asking what editing software I use. I use Premiere Pro from Adobe. It definitely is more expensive, but I like the features it gives me. It's flexible, it's powerful, and it's kind of what I know as well. It's more important to just know your editing software than to have like the best editing software on the market, and I'd worked with Premiere Pro in the past, and I really hope I stop falling off of this scaffolding. Alright, and you need to be one block back. Gotta remember that. I may have grossly miscalculated. I thought this was 7 by 7. Oh, this is 11 by 11. Ooh, I grossly miscalculated the amount of drills that we need for this kind of system. Whoops. Well, I remain by my claims that this is going to look super cool, and besides, I mean, the iron's generating right now. I'm sure we'll have enough resources to finish this up. Oh, but this is satisfying. Oh, and you know what? I didn't add the drills that need to be there for these guys. I mean, I guess they don't technically have to be there. I don't need drills everywhere. I'm sure we'll get a ton of skystone, but it'd be nice to fill it all in. See, that looks super cool. That just looks super cool. Okay? I think this is worth it. I think this is very worth it. I just hope that we probably don't have enough iron. I was thinking, I was like, you know what? We need like 6 stacks for one side. That is not 6 stacks. It's definitely not a small amount of iron, don't get me wrong. I'm happy with it, but oof. Okay, this might like burn through all the rest of our iron, but I think it is actually possible that we have enough stuff. No. Never mind. 61 is definitely not enough. Oh dear, we are just right out of iron. Why do I always not know? It wasn't even like, this isn't even an instance of me doing my math wrong. It was just way larger than I thought it was. For some reason, I don't know why I thought it was 7 by 7. I guess one thing I can do to make this go a little bit faster is add an encased fan on top of this too. And it shouldn't even be that hard to get. I'm pretty sure this isn't running at 256, so I can gear ratio this. And, like, everybody knows that I have enough speed to do this, so no problem there. Please don't break nothing. There we go, sweet. So, nice. Now it's going even a little bit faster. Also, it occurs to me that I forgot to clear out the level with the chutes. So don't worry, I'm gonna go... I hate scaffolding so much. I may not be able to finish the walls just yet, but we can begin to work on the system, the circuit that is going to be controlling this whole thing, because obviously there's going to need something that dictates when both of these activate, when both of them deactivate, and I think I have some ideas. We need some redstone links, I think they're called? No. Redstone connections? Yes. Redstone contacts, which are pretty easy to make, and they'll allow us to detect when both of these guys reach their intended destination, which should be at the same time. They should always reach their destination at the same time, but still we want to know when. Alright, so if we attach it to a contraption here, does that point outwards? No. You gotta turn around, bro. Beautiful. So these guys are going to connect kind of like portable storage interfaces. You see they output a redstone signal. We don't want it there. We want to detect when this has moved to this block. So we'll just put a opposing link here. Okay, so pretty sure this should cover both of these guys. We'll kind of converge here and here. And then we'll want to do a little redstone circuit so that when both of these fellas are powered, then we know that both of these have completed their, I guess, their push, and we want to send them back. Now, if I'm not mistaken, you can actually make an AND gate, just like block. Nope. Okay, that's fine, though, because I think I'm pretty sure I know how to make a regular AND gate anyways. I'm just gonna build this circuit out of cobblestone so it's easy. I'm not a huge redstoner, so you're gonna have to bear with me, but I'm pretty sure I can suss out how to do this. Okay, so I think if we put redstone torches there, and then the redstone torches have a piece of redstone connected to both of them, like this, and then the redstone goes to power a redstone torch here on this block. It doesn't power that. There we go. This, I think, should be a functioning AND gate. Maybe not the best in the world, and maybe it's a little classic, but this should be a functioning AND gate, where basically both of these need to be powered at the same time for this redstone line to turn off and for this redstone torch to turn on. I wish we could test it, but these guys aren't hooked up, so we're gonna just have to play the game where we pretend like I know what I'm doing. I could have that torch then connect to a redstone toggle latch through a wireless redstone link. So I think this should work, because these redstone links, which are actually really easy to make too, will transmit the wireless signal. And then if we have a toggle latch, which is also super easy to create, we could basically have something that every time we power the toggle latch, it goes from on to off, right? And that's kind of how we want the rotational force of these guys to be, right? On to off, on to off. So what we do is the redstone link, we'll actually also need to have a redstone link here. So I need to make some more redstone links so that we can detect when it has arrived again. And when it arrives again, while it's unloading, we'll have the deployer use, what's it called? It's like a pulse repeater or something. Yeah, this guy, which can wait to send out a redstone pulse, I think, or something, maybe pulse extender. No. We need a pulse extender. This guy here. Yes. And that will basically, by using a clutch, we can make it so that the deployer will be open, quote-unquote, or working for a short amount of time. I know I'm probably making very little sense, but hopefully as I'm building it, it'll kind of come into fruition. You know what? Now that these redstone links are powered here, this is a good time to test that this will turn off a torch. Good. Okay, cool. Wow, I've never made brass casing before? Oh, yeah, I guess I got all of it out of loot boxes, didn't I? Oh, and I had 20 of it on me. I don't know why I made that. Okay, I AFK'd while editing the video, and I'm pretty sure 32 more drill heads might be enough. It's possible. It's also possible that will completely not at all be enough. Am I out of casings again? I'm always out of casings. Oh boy. This project went from like ooh, I'll do a fun big project to I have grossly miscalculated how large this project is. Then again, would it be an episode of Dejojo if I didn't have some gross miscalculation? I also think I'm going to be moving these chain drives to the other side since the circuit's on the back side. And I think it would make this whole thing look a lot nicer if we kept all the technical stuff to one side of it. Yeah, this definitely is not going to cover things now that I'm up here, but yeah, a little bit more progress, The iron may generate slowly, but it doth generate. Okay, well, we can start coding our links, and I'm pretty sure we're going to want these guys to be skystone, because basically they're what is going to be controlling the toggle switch that is going to change what direction these gentlemen are moving in. Although, hold on, having a thought. What if we would want it instead so it reaches here, enters to some long delay, and then pushes? Maybe. But for now I'm going to stick with this. Whoops. And if we need to change things, we can change things. And if I remember correctly, we just need to get 5 of these. Like so. So it needs a pull length of 5. Boy, that pushes out pretty far. But that's what we need. I suppose we could use a gantry carriage underneath of it to save some space. Yeah, because that's kind of ugly, actually, having this thing stick out so far. I'm not a huge fan of that. And now we can even get gear shifts here. Perfect. Look at that. Awesome. And then in between them, a gear box, because these guys are going to have to be spinning in opposite directions anyways. This is going very well. And then, of course, gearbox over here is actually going to power right into the chain drives, like so. And that is just below the drills, so there's not a single issue there. Oh, look at that. Isn't that pretty? I love it when things work. So now we just need to get the toggle latch on top of this thing here, which shouldn't be too bad. It'd be great. Can I place this on top of an unencased shaft? Okay, but I can go encase that shaft, and then we can use that space for our redstone. And I'm pretty sure the drills won't pick up this guy, or I don't even think it's in the way. Oh, brass casing, nice. I wish this pack had encased. Although I've heard that creating case can be a little bit buggy sometimes, so maybe not. And also we have no problem here. Okay. So if we take then this redstone link like so, no. Redstone link like so. You are skystone, and then I learned you actually don't need a wrench. You can just shift right click. There we go. So these guys are flicking it on. I'm going to change this so that I want it to be off, right? So that if it gets powered again, it'll switch. And one thing that I should actually do, is I should change these from like skystone 1 to redstone 1, because this is something we want another AND gate here, because just like we only want this torch to fire and switch the direction when both of them have finished, I only want, of course, it to switch when both of them have been received. So somewhere, I guess we could literally just do like beneath this one, we could have another AND gate. Yeah, because I don't want this to prematurely fire. That'd be very bad. So interestingly, this should actually fire when I turn this on. That torch should turn off because it's there, and when I turn this on, that torch should turn off. This guy turns on, and it flicks the toggle switch. Sweet. Okay, I'm just gonna hold on. I'm just gonna come on. Okay, you know what I can do actually? There. Okay. Wait, what? Why does this torch stay off? Shouldn't it turn back on? Is this a bug? What? Why would that have caused an issue? I relogged and everything. I don't know why. Also, I'm realizing a mistake of mine. This should be redstone and then skystone, like this. So they alternate. Maybe that was the problem. That it was redstone coming from the same source. So we need both redstone, skystone, and then skystone, redstone. Those need to be both active. Turn this off. Power that. There we go. Okay, so it definitely works. The AND switch I have created definitely works. And we can always move this back and stuff if we need the space. I just wanted to put it there for now. So we have a system that will wait for both of the gantry carriages to arrive, to have broken everything, to send them the other way, and then wait for both of them to go the other way to send them back. And I know realistically this will make a system that goes back and forth at the same exact speed, but I think it's kind of cool. I think the redundancy is good. Of course, another thing I need to make sure that I get set up is a fan underneath of this thing. And I imagine the redstone is going to come in on some bottom level, so I guess the fan can just be underground. Or underwater, like right here. And then we also need to set up the actual system that powers, what did I call it? What did I call it? Yeah, I called it the deployer. No, that powers the deployer. That's going to involve this clutch, and that is going to involve a pulse extender. And so basically what'll happen is these guys are triggered on, right? Because we want to, I want to imagine that on is pushing inwards, okay? So when these guys are triggered on, the pulse extender will receive the redstone pulse and will extend it, or honestly probably reduce it to a certain amount of time that goes into this clutch. I can better demonstrate that if I actually have one. I think actually we need a pulse repeater to do this. The pulse extender makes a pulse last a certain amount of time, but if the pulse is continuous, it remains continuous. So even though this pulse is meant to last for 2 ticks, if I just keep giving it power, it'll, keep giving it power. It's the pulse repeater that can actually wait and like hold for a second and then give off a short pulse. And the way I think we're going to do this is with a power toggle latch and a pulse repeater. So let's say we want the deployer to be on for 10 ticks. The way we would do this, right, is have a clock set up like this, right? What's going to happen is we'll power this, it'll wait 10 ticks, flip this guy, and then wait 10 ticks again to turn it off. Oop. And then you don't work for some reason? I see, so if I power this line, that's how it works. Okay, there we go. So I want to power this line, and then it'll turn it off after a certain amount of time. So this is the kind of clock we'll be using to control the clutch on the deployer to make sure the deployer, because we'll just have the deployer running at like 256 speed, right? And we don't want it to spam redstone because that's a big waste. So this should be a good enough clock, and I can make it better by using an actual repeater in the middle and some other middlemen. Okay, that should be the circuit completed there. I actually thought 10 ticks might have been a pretty good time. It might waste one redstone here or there, but this should be everything we need to have a small clutch like that. And now that I think about it, this is actually backwards. We need the clutch to be on and then off, which I think I could do by just having this here, that there, and then when we power this, this is what'll happen. Oh, this only works like this? Okay, well then we'll just use a redstone torch. Look at that, look at that. Isn't that cool? And I don't even think I need this piece of redstone, do I? No, I definitely need that piece of redstone. Cool. So that's the clutch on always, and then off for a short delay. Amazing. And then the way we power it is with a redstone link right here. And that redstone link, I only want to go off when they reach their destination here. So when this AND gate goes off. So actually when the... interesting. We need a delay. Oh, the redstone, it's getting complicated. We need to input a delay into this system here. Gosh, I hope what I'm saying is making sense. It's not... I don't think this is too bad. I don't think this is too bad at all. We're basically just making a system to wait until these two gantry machines are at the specific destinations they need to be, and then for this we're going to delay them a little bit. There should be a delay when they're depositing their items, but I want a hard code one just in case. Enough that this could like build. That looked like it took like, I don't know, we'll say 5 seconds. So when both of these arrive, it'll wait 5 seconds and then trigger the movement. Okay, there we go. So we have our AND gate that comes together, waits 5 seconds, and then triggers the movement. So that should work out to... Oh, and then we actually need another redstone link. Hold on. We need another redstone link, the one that powers the deployer. So this redstone link system, I'll do like skystone brass casing, since, you know, right? So skystone here, brass casing here, and that will trigger instantly. So instead of waiting, it'll just trigger right off of that redstone torch. Of course, that means I need to... Wait, no. Do I have sticks on me? I could get sticks. This is the great outdoors. It's where the sticks live. Man, if these sticks could talk, the things they would say. Okay. I think the brain boggling is coming mostly to an end, and we can get back to the normal create stuff once I put this link down here, and we do brass casing and skystone. Yes! Wait. No. This also needs to be a pulse repeater with a delay of nothing, because it needs to be one pulse. It needs to be one single pulse that comes out of this. So hold on. The brain boggling continues. I am sure that I am doing something terrifically wrong, and you may kindly inform me of that in the comments. I encourage it, but don't be mean. People are mean sometimes. But let's see. Okay, if we set this just to 2 ticks, right? Actually, I don't need this there. If we set that just to 2 ticks, this should be the brain boggling over. And like I said, I'm doing this because I don't want a continual redstone pulse. I want to flick a single pulse that'll flick this guy over. And this should be the redstone circuitry behind this whole entire system. If only I had enough drills to test if any of this works. I just want to use this time to say thank you so much to the members of this channel. They are helping this channel and me become closer and closer to becoming a full-time content creator. So if that's something you'd be interested in, subscribe and become a member.